Welcome to KiniNews. I am Sin Hao. Bersatu has claimed the plantation industries and commodities portfolio in the cabinet, which is held by Zuraida. Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin said the cabinet's position is part of the party's quota.
Bersatu will submit a name to Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob soon for the Plantations and Commodities Ministry portfolio to replace Zuraida Kamaruddin, who had announced her resignation from the party. In a statement, Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin said this as Zuraida's position in the cabinet was part of the party's quota. According to Muhyiddin, Zuraida's membership in the party had been previously discussed in a recent Supreme Council meeting following reports that she was involved in the setting up of Parti Bangsa Malaysia. He said as a result, a show clause letter dated May 9, 2022 had been sent to Zuraida, which she had replied to the following day. He added that the next step would have been to refer Zuraida to Bersatu's disciplinary board. However, her party membership was revoked immediately when she had declared her exit from Bersatu yesterday. Meanwhile, Bersatu Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin said the party will not be affected by Zuraida's exit. He said Zuraida had shown her true colours before, as she had not attended more than 6 party meetings. Hamzah added that Zuraida's portfolio will be filed by another Bersatu leader once her exit from the party becomes official. He said this as a number of cabinet posts held by Bersatu had been agreed on between the party's president and the Prime Minister.
Several lawmakers have responded to Bersatu's claims. They said that the decision was up to Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob and called on parties to not pressure him over it.
Health Minister Khairy Jamaluddin has called on other parties to not put pressure on Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob over cabinet appointments. According to Utusan Malaysia, Khairy said the appointment of ministers is the prerogative of the Prime Minister and must be respected by all. His remarks came after several Bersatu leaders laid claim to the plantation industries and commodities portfolio, following Ampang MP Zuraida Kamaruddin's announcement to quit Bersatu. Yesterday, Bersatu Information Chief Wan Saiful Wanjan had said that Bersatu President Muhyiddin Yassin will be nominating a replacement for Zuraida. Meanwhile, Senator Muhammad Zahid Muhammad Arif, a former Bersatu Supreme Council member, said in that while parties within the government may discuss Zuraida's position with Ismail Sabri, he had the right to decide on its arrangement. He called on everyone not to pressure the Prime Minister to drop Zuraida and appoint someone else.
Ismail Sabri had the attention of netizens today. This was over his choice of shirt during a meeting with his Singapore counterpart in Tokyo, Japan.
Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob's fashion has once again become a trending topic on social media. Several on social media have criticized Ismail over his shirt used during a meeting with his Singapore counterpart in Tokyo, Japan on Wednesday. Netizens highlighted that the black, blue and white shirt was from the British luxury brand Burberry and expressed shock at the cost. Others questioned whether it was suitable for a meeting, and some said that he could have promoted batik instead. Politicians were also quick to join in to poke fun at the Prime Minister. Teluk Intan MP Ngakor Ming said Ismail Sabri appeared to be dressed for a fashion show rather than for a meeting with Singapore Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong. According to Burberry's Malaysian website, the cost of the shirt is 5,500 ringgit. Ismail Sabri was seen wearing the shirt after he posted a video on Facebook regarding the meeting on Wednesday. He said that his meeting with Lee was a casual one and that they discussed a retreat for the leaders of both countries in Singapore, either in late September or in early October. Previously, during the COVID-19 lockdown in 2020, Ismail Sabri's fashion choice had also gotten attention, with netizens keeping track of his collection of batik shirts that he wore during his daily press conferences.
Parti Bangsa Malaysia has claimed that apart from Ampang MP Zuraida Kamaruddin, there are other MPs on the government bench who also supported the party.
Parti Bangsa Malaysia Secretary General Nur Hiswan Ahmad has hinted that other government MPs could be joining the party. According to a report by Free Malaysia Today, Nur Hiswan claimed that apart from Ampang MP Zuraida Kamaruddin, there are other MPs on the government bench who also supported his party. He added that further announcements will be made in due course. PBM is a relatively new party. It was launched in December last year. Nur Hiswan, the pro tem Secretary General, was once the leader of Penggerak Community Negara, an association with links to Zuraida. Meanwhile, the party's president, Larry Singh, said that a formal announcement on the decision over Zuraida's application to join PBM would be made later, as he was going overseas today and is expected to return on June 7. In a statement, he added that the party's central leadership would deliberate on the application as part of the due process of the membership application. Larry also reiterated that PBM welcomes anyone who shares the party's struggles.
Since Zuraida's exit from Bersatu, many have called for the Prime Minister to expedite the anti-hopping law. This includes Pakatan Harapan.
Pakatan Harapan has urged Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob to call for a special parliamentary session as soon as possible to debate the anti-party hopping law. In a statement, the Pakatan Harapan Presidential Council noted that the Prime Minister had previously expressed his commitment to discussing the matter. They added that apart from the bill, the sitting should also discuss the problems faced by the people at this time, which includes the cost of living and inflation. The council also noted that the MECC's revelation of corruption in several purchases for the country's national healthcare sector when the COVID-19 pandemic hit was worth discussing. They said Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob needs to act as soon as possible to enable all of these matters to be debated. The statement came following the departure of Ampang MP Zuraida Kamaruddin from Bersatu. Yesterday, Zuraida had announced that she was quitting Bersatu to join Parti Bangsa Malaysia and said she would be discussing her resignation from cabinet with Ismail Sabri.
The federal court dismissed Rosmahs' appeal on her corruption case today. The decision on her case will be delivered on July 7th.
Rosmah Mansour failed today in a final bid to nullify her corruption trial linked to the 1.25 billion ringgit solar hybrid energy project for 369 rural schools in Sarawak. This means that the July 7 Kuala Lumpur High Court verdict date set for her corruption case still stands. The federal court also dismissed her bid to remove Gopal Siri Ram as the lead prosecutor in the case. A three-member bench led by Federal Court Judge Muhammad Zawawi Saleh ruled this on grounds that the criminal court had no jurisdiction to grant the declaratory relief sought by Rosmah. Earlier, the Apex Court also dismissed Rosmah's preliminary objection on whether it was proper for Siri Ram to represent the prosecution in today's proceedings. They said the court did not find any evidence of conflict of interest if Siri Ram represented the prosecution. Rosmah had appealed against the Court of Appeal's decision on December 6 last year, which had rejected her application to nullify her entire trial and to remove Siri Ram as the lead prosecutor in the case.
And that's all from me today. I am Sin Hao. Thank you for watching.